welcome to the Wrestling Corner, episode 33, Go Home Show. We'll come on to that with Monday Night Raw a bit later, but as always, I'm joined by my lovely co-host Simon. How are you today, this morning?
Doing all right. Watched Raw relatively early, and I was pleasantly surprised by the comedy aspect of Retribution, albeit it wasn't the best show.
We'll come on to Retribution and whatever happened on Raw last night, but we'll start off with the Wednesday Night Wars show. AEW opened up with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy taking on FTR. Decent match.
This was so long ago. I'll say this every week.
It is.
It was all right, wasn't it? It was. The FTR just picked up the win after like 15 minutes or so, didn't they?
Yeah. It's what you expect. It's the first win since winning the belt. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, nice, solid. Not defense of the title, but just keeps the momentum going.
Yep. Matt Hardy attacked backstage by Chris Jericho and Jake Hager, but it's never obviously confirmed. But it's very obvious it was them two. SCU versus Hangman SCU. Frankie Kazarian versus Hangman Page up next. Hangman picks up the win.
Yeah, well, basically, some people say it was like match of the week, didn't they? Because it had Kenny Omega on commentary, and Hangman kept looking over at him. And it was all the subtle storytelling that you'd expect. Hangman Page won, but it went for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Kazarian put up a fight, so both guys don't look weak.
Mm-hmm.
MJF with Wardlow versus Sean Dean. MJF picks up the win. Extremely quick with pokes the eyes to pick up the win. After this, he cuts a promo. Cuts a promo. Simple MJF stuff.
What? He said he was going to join a faction.
Yeah.
I don't think he will.
Nah, I don't.
I think he'll create one himself.
He said about the time this lone wolf joins a wolf pack. If I do decide to pick a group, or if I decide not to, it doesn't matter. Because in the day, I'm still better than you, and you know it. I'm just interested in the Wardlow MJF breakup tease.
I don't think that's happening. I think that segment was just solely to keep Wardlow in check.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't serve either of them well to break them up. I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Eddie Kingston cuts promo, basically a simple one, and then he goes, "We're not stable, we're not a faction, we're a family. We're a family balance, we're agents of chaos." But started attacking wrestlers on the ringside. Third point, Blade. Since we got all of us together, it's time for you to get your house in order. Blade nodded his head in agreement. Don't know what that meant.
Yeah, there were a few unusual lines thrown in.
I don't know whether it's just typical Eddie Kingston just being a bit different, but
yeah, it's not recapped on these notes, but I do briefly remember it. It was just that. It was just a promo.
Mm-hmm. Private Party versus Jericho and Hager. I completely forgot him. Jericho picks up the Judas Effect again. Not an amazing match. Not a horrible match.
It's all right.
With AEW every week, it's not a horrible match, not a horrible show. It's just great wrestling.
Yeah, pretty much. It's all right seeing Jericho in the tag division. I think he's just trying to. He's done the world title picture. He's done sort of like a non-title feud with Orange Cassidy, and now he's in the tag stuff. I just think he's trying to do a little bit of everything, and then probably call it a day. Surely we've only got about 2 more years left.
I don't think that. I think a year at the max.
I think by this time next year he's done.
Yeah, I really do. His matches haven't been that good for a while. Probably his best one was that I properly remember is Hangman last year. I can't think of anything.
I mean, he does turn 50 in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I didn't realise he was that old. All right, okay.
He's older than you think. Oh fuck! I forgot this happened. Everlease versus Thunder Rosa.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't notice all this at the time, but
same.
it's everything that's come out afterwards.
Basically, it was a shoot match. Not a shoot match, but
No, there were
they were,
just a bit of no selling of strikes and stuff.
yeah, a lot of bad blood between them for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why. I can't say I particularly noticed it during the match, but everyone else seemed to.
Uh,
But they're both in a tag match for this week, aren't they? So
yeah, so everything
one's
must
a
be
watch.
fine. Thunder Rosa, what's your opinion on her?
Yeah, she's good. um, not much more to say. Look, how I can't say anything more than she's good because AEW haven't really given me that many reasons to care. Apart from here is Thunder Rosa, she is challenging Shida.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched NWA Power and
Mm.
I liked to work there, but she never really stood out to me. But I think that's just me because I lost interest with NWA towards the end. But yeah, if we give him more reason to care, I think it should be really
Mhm.
good.
I quite like Thunder Rosa from what I've seen of her. So far, Lance Archer comes out now. Um, and Lance Archer and Jetson Roberts, they were confronted by Taz. Um, Taz basically hyping up his client Lance Archer. Um, Moxley's music hits. Cage and Starks attacks Mox from behind. Will Hobbs ran with the steel chair and ran Brian Cage with it. Starks and Cage retreat from Will Hobbs. Um, that's a hell of a team you got there, Jake. But let me introduce you to my partner. This is Oakland's most violent. This is Will Hobbs. But we're going to need a third partner, so I'm going to call on the service of your favourite wrestler, Taz. Darby, only get your ass to Jacksonville next week, said Mox. You know what? I'm all for Will Hobbs getting on the main show.
Yeah, he's he's I say he's good. He's more just sheer size, isn't he? Not in the sense that he can't wrestle, but it's all about the look with him. Because
Um,
ultimately, that's why he's been tied ahead of like
oh,
all the other
obviously.
dark guys because he's just absolutely built. I don't think I've seen him cut a promo yet.
No, I think that's why. No, but I'm just glad he got signed from AEW. That's what it should be. Wrestlers who have a good showing on Dark should be called up. Called up.
Yeah, they're just they're just signing so many people because haven't they also signed like 3 other people this week?
Yeah. So they've signed Tainara Conti with the first one, Miro, uh,
Serena Deeb
Serena Deeb, and then
and
thingy
Will Hobbs.
Will Hobbs. Yeah, it's bad and good. It's bad because you've got a lot of people in your roster now who will get forgotten about, but you've
Yeah,
got that depth that you
do they
need.
have another show or do they just eventually do like mass releases?
I think it's another show coming. So much wrestling though. So much.
I hope they don't. I'm gonna have to cut down on something.
Mhm. I don't know what
Mhm.
it could be. Excalibur announced that he was followed by Tony Khan. The next week, Orange Cassidy will challenge Mr. Brody Lee for the belt. Um, but it was the main event. Outside of it, it was Santana Ortiz versus Best Friends. I'm going to let you talk through this if you want, because I've only caught bits of it. It's
Okay.
such a problem with so much wrestling. I'll probably miss some of the best wrestling on the week's show.
Um, yeah, it was just fun. Santana Ortiz had some like cool face paint on, and it was basically just like everyone just slamming each other on hoods of cars, roofs of cars, breaking plywood, all within sort of a parking lot. Um, it was Adam Cole versus Velveteen Dream done right.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Eventually, Orange Cassidy emerges from the trunk of the car, chain wrapped around his fist, hits Santana, and then Chuck Taylor hits Santana with a pile. Yeah, no, yeah. Trent puts Ortiz through a piece of plywood, gets the win. Trent's mum comes, picks them up, and then gives
Obviously.
them a middle finger on the way back. I thought she was going to do the Orange Cassidy thumbs up, to be honest.
That she should.
Um,
I like Sue.
it was it was a fun main event.
Yeah.
It was sort of what AEW's prided itself on. It reminded me of the um I can't remember what kind of match it was, but the one where Sammy Guevara got hit by the golf cart.
Stadium Stampede? No.
No.
the one before. It was a backstage segment, that weren't it? But yeah,
No, it was a match.
were it? Can't
Yeah.
remember. But yeah, I know what you're on about.
I think it would just false count anywhere, to be honest.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was AEW. Right. Is there 2 AEW shows this week? I've heard there is.
I know there's Tuesday. Is it Tuesday night? Dynamite.
What? There's Dynamite tonight?
Hold up. No,
That'd
Wednesday.
be dark, wouldn't it?
Just Wednesday. Yeah.
Um,
No, late night Dynamite tomorrow. Wait, late
okay.
night Dynamite tomorrow night, which is today,
So why
and
is it?
AEW on Wednesday. Yeah, there's a show tomorrow.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah, they just sorry, I'm just looking out. They're just typing it up.
Hang on, I'm going on Fight TV to see. Yeah,
Yeah,
so the
Anna J.
September.
Bradley Rhodes, Ben Carter versus Scorpio Sky, Jericho's on commentary,
Oh
and then
man.
you've got Wednesday as well. And then you've got a show on Wednesday as well.
Yeah, there is one tonight, but the one tonight's at 6 a.m. Oh,
Yeah,
that's why it's late night.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So they'll do dark before that. Right. Well, that's just another thing to factor into my schedule. Right,
Yep. So much fucking wrestling.
I'm not actually not burnt out, to be honest, because there's not been a pay-per-view for 2 weeks, so I'm doing all right.
True. I'll be honest, I am.
You are burnt
I
out.
ain't even watched that much. Yeah. I don't know. I think
So you don't seem the most enthusiastic.
no. This show for me. I love the wackiness. The wackiness has kept me interested in wrestling currently.
Okay.
So yeah. There's some things I've got to look for. I'm looking forward to Clash of Champions. I think that'll be very decent. I hope it will anyway. I think there's a lot of rehashing matches though, but
Yeah. To me,
we'll
Clash of
get a
Champions
prediction.
was very underwhelming, and I'm not sure I'm actually going to be able to watch it on the Monday just because I'm busy that day. But if there's any pay-per-view to miss, I think I'm all right with it being that one.
Yeah. AEW the half decent episode. We'll go on to NXT. It was Io Shirai defeated Shotzi Blackheart in a non-title match. But Shotzi Blackheart really got a great showing.
It wasn't so much a breakout performance because everyone already knew she was great already, but it was just another bit of work to sort of add to evidence the fact that she's probably, I say she's going to be a big star.
Yeah,
she'll go up to the main roster and she'll get like the Ruby Riott treatment, aka just weird, different looking jobber.
weird green-haired girl. Basically,
Yeah,
that's how it would be.
pretty much.
Tommaso Ciampa defeated Desmond Troy. Squash match. After
Like
Jake Atlas came out, trying to get
you're not going to
retribution.
comment on the fact he's called Des Troy.
What's that? Oh my god!
Troy.
Oh my god! It didn't even click.
You not noticed that?
Didn't even click.
Desmond
No.
Troy. Des Troy.
Jesus
It's 10
Christ!
days in it with a new name in it.
My god! Oh,
Desmond, I found it funny, to be
that's
honest.
an incredible first name, though. That's what I hate.
Desmond Troy.
Jesus Christ. Kushida defeated Austin Theory. I'm glad. This is one thing I want to. I'm glad Kushida's picking up a win. I don't care if it's Austin Theory. I'm just glad Kushida's getting a win on TV.
Yeah, I'd rather have Austin Theory win, even if it's at the expense of Kushida.
Nah.
I'm
glad Kushida's picking up the win.
I hope they do something with him though,
because
he's been battered by Bronson Reed and Kushida now. I'm getting a little bit like,
Austin Theory on about. I thought you were on about Kushida.
Oh no, I wasn't about Theory, but Kushida's he's been so underused. Is he in that Eliminator Gauntlet this week?
I don't know. I don't know who. Let me have a look because I don't know who they've announced for it. So if
I know they've announced Kyle O'Reilly and Cameron Grimes.
NXT. Oh yeah, Kushida, isn't it?
Is he in it? Okay, that's cool.
The final entrant is this is only 5. It's Kushida, Kyle O'Reilly, Cameron Grimes, Timothy Thatcher, and a Bronson Reed.
It'd be nice if he could. I'd like to see Kushida go back into the cruiserweight division. I'll be honest. Him against Santos Escobar. I'd be alright with that.
I would be, as long as it's the NXT one, not 205 Live.
Well, they're the same one, aren't
they? NXT feels better.
Yeah, I'll give you that. And if you're on NXT, you feel like a way bigger deal than if you're on 205, which is weird because 205's in the Thunderdome. But
yeah,
Yeah.
It's just, it's the way the matches are. Breezango defeated Imperium. Imperium will go back to NXT UK, I think.
Yeah, they are. Have you watched UK this week?
No, but I saw the look and stuff.
Oh yeah, because Alexander Wolf was on it, so like
Well, I'll be
obviously
honest, I never
he's
really
in
watched
favor.
NXT UK before.
If you know, I'll say it's really good, but I guess you just got to pick and choose what you watch. To be honest,
It was fun.
um,
It didn't really please me.
it was all right. I'll come on to UK this week, but yeah, Breezango picked up the win. Imperium back to NXT UK.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
fine
yeah.
with them. They've had a decent show in NXT. They've been tag team champions. Fair enough.
Uh-huh.
Kid and Karen Kiss Catanzaro defeated Xia and Jessica Mayer. Yeah, throwaway tag team match. It sets up the
Yeah,
battle royale.
I've got nothing to add.
It sets up the battle royale next week. So in the battle royale, you've got Xia Kiss Catanzaro, not Lacey Lane, Kaden Carter, Raquel Gonzalez, Aaliyah, Indy Hartwell. Is that what she's called? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shotzi Blackheart, Tegan Knox, Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, and Dakota Kai. Who's winning that?
Rhea Ripley.
Probably. Shotzi maybe. Tegan maybe. Candice maybe. Raquel
I
maybe.
don't know. I feel like Rhea Ripley is the one most in need of a big win.
True.
Rhea
The belt?
Ripley's flagging. Raquel, no.
Mm.
No.
Drake Maverick versus the Ian handicap match ended in no contest. So Maverick partner Killian didn't come out, and then Drake Maverick got absolutely thwacked. Dane comes out to make the save and then just drops Maverick. I don't know what they're doing here.
They're doing a slow build to them becoming best friends.
True. Which I quite like. Big guy, little guy. Could work.
Yeah. Drake Maverick eventually wins him over.
Maverick,
It's
because
critically
Maverick is great in that type of situation. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this could be a good laugh. To be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah.
And it
It'll
gets
work.
Killian Dane doing something because
It gets Killian Dane and Maverick both on TV.
I'd move Dane over to UK.
If you could, yeah, but I suppose Nikki Cross is over here.
Oh
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like, I don't
yeah.
think he needs
Honestly,
to.
I don't know how UK do it. If UK were to do it in just like bulk tapings,
It would work, yeah.
then it'd work. But yeah, I forgot about
I
that.
don't think bull tapings would be efficient for them. Damien Priest defeated Timothy Thatcher. You know what? I'm not against it.
You don't
I
get what?
like. I'm not against it because I like Timothy Thatcher, but Priest is the champion, so you can't really shit on it.
Yeah, I thought it's all right. I know Timothy Thatcher's kind of got an army of fans, but I feel like he can take losses and bounce back. And it's a good first defense for Damien Priest.
Yeah,
Damien Priest feels like a proper babyface now as well.
which is so strange.
Nothing's. He's not changed anything that he does, but for some reason he feels different and for the better.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just familiarity, but
yeah,
it was a great match.
yeah, great.
Well done, on
Well done, NXT. You had a very decent show.
Uh-huh. I want to see Tim Thatcher in Raw Underground because I'm not sure how long he's going to be in NXT for.
I don't want to see him in a Raw Underground. I don't want to see him on the roster.
Why? He's made for it.
It'd be ruined.
Oh.
But Simon, as always, when we get
Is it
halfway through the
Impact
shows, it's Impact time.
Right. I can't
What
remember
shenanigans have we
from
had this
Impact,
week?
but let me fire up my notes. Well, I'll tell you straight off the bat, there was no swing man.
What? Nah, scrap it then.
So yeah, Swingman was taking a week off, recovering from that massive loss to Suicide on Explosion.
Yeah.
Oh. Right, can I get the grades? Can I get? Here they are. It was actually another really good show on Impact this week. Although I say that every week. We started with Susie and Kylie Ray versus Deonna Purrazzo and Kimberly. And Kylie Ray and Susie won. But it was all about the fact that Susie was wrestling like Susie, and then she hit her finisher. I can't remember what it's called, and she slowly turned into Sue Young, and then she went back to being Susie. So,
Ooh, okay,
um,
I like
so I think this is something that we're going to get more and more each week. The transition back to Sue Young. I wasn't watching Impact Wrestling when she was Sue Young, so this doesn't really mean much to me, but
that.
I'm sure it's good. Triple XL versus the Dinas.
Who's Triple XL?
Larry D and AC Romero. Yes, that
Okay,
was.
alright, yeah, I know them two are.
Big,
The
big
big
meaty
boys.
man,
Yeah.
slapping meat.
No.
Triple XL picked up the win.
You've just used the phrase "big meaty men slapping meat." I
It's
can't
what
believe it. I'm
big,
not letting you pass that.
it's what Big E says, isn't it?
It is what Big E says.
Um, yeah, the bigger boys picked up the win. It was all right. They're just mid card tag teams.
Yeah.
Trey Miguel versus TJP. This were good. So basically, TJP really wants a match with Rohit Raju for the X Division title. But then I think that Rohit Raju might have come out for a distraction. Did he come out for a distraction? I can't remember, to be honest. It doesn't say here, but Trey Miguel picked up the win. So basically, he's next in line for a shot at the belt.
Mm-hmm.
And TJP's he's just a solid hand. I remember when he was cruiserweight champion.
Yeah.
Um,
He was an alright one. He was a good first one, if that makes
he
sense.
he was fine. They didn't launch the cruiserweight title in the best way in terms of the first proper feud they had, like on pay per view and stuff, was TJP versus Brian Kendrick,
Mm-hmm.
which never really caught fire.
I
Yeah.
think they were very unlucky with the Enzo stuff like that. Enzo and stuff like that.
Yeah, there was a golden era of 205 Live though, in terms of
Mhm.
when they
For
had
me, Ali
Pac,
Murphy.
Pac, Alex Cedric, Ali, Murphy, even Enzo. I quite like the stuff Enzo were doing.
Enzo was a great heel on the brand because everyone
Uh,
hated him. Why was he on 205?
yeah. Rich Swann returns to the Impact Zone. Right,
Oh,
this was great. So basically, he begs Scott Demore for a title match with Eric Young at Bound for Glory.
yeah. When is that?
Scott Demore says, "No, you won't be fit in time," and Rich Swann says, "I promise you, I'll get fit in time." And then Eric Young comes out, tries to beat up Rich Swann, and then Rich Swann takes him down, lays in some right hands. Eric Young rolls out the ring, goes back up the ramp, and the match is made for Bound for Glory. So yeah, basically,
When is Bound for Glory?
October, the day before Hell in a Cell,
Oh, wow. Okay, right.
October 24th. So that should be all right. We're telling the story of will Rich Swann be fit in time.
Okay.
Right, the most professional wrestler, Brian Mack versus Willie Mack. Brian Mack, yes.
Brian Mack.
Brian Myers versus Willie Mack for what feels like the third week in a row. I think
Much like, is it the Drew McIntyre, Keith Lee of Impact?
I let out an audible groan at the Keith Lee stuff, but we'll come on
Yeah.
to yeah, Willie Mack picks up the win. I think Brian Myers exposed the turnbuckle.
Okay.
And then obviously, because he exposed it, he went into it, and Willie Mack
Mhm.
picked the stuff up for the win.
As
Yeah,
wrestling works.
it was all right. Taya Valkyrie versus Kira Hogan. Kira Hogan won. I can't remember, but Taya Valkyrie, he's really good, and I'm a bit
I've seen a
disappointed.
rumor that she's signing for WWE.
Who Taya?
Yeah,
Oh, I'd be up for that. I'd be well up for
I've seen a
that.
rumor because I saw in the comments that John Morrison would be happy. So
Oh, cool. Yeah, definitely. And then, oh right, I don't think you'll have seen this. So in the main event, 8-man tag team match, and I provide. You've not seen the finish, have you?
no, I can
Can
have a look
you?
if you're.
I know what I'm going to say. Is it all right if you go onto YouTube and just
I'm on
watch
it.
the finish of this match? And do you think it's a botch?
Let's have a look.
Because I looked on Twitter,
Between
and
who? Sorry,
not one person said it was a botch.
who's this between?
The North, Ace, Austin, Madman Fulton,
Uh,
the Rascals, and the Motor City Machine Guns.
if I can see it. I can't see it on the YouTube channel.
8-man tag. Ace Austin and Madman Fulton picked up the win.
Hold up. 8-man.
I'm convinced it was a botched finish because it made Ethan Page look so like silly.
Ace Austin. I can't see this. Oh, wait, is this it? Tag team controversy?
Yeah, that sounds like it. I don't know what happened. And even on Bleacher Report, they're saying it wasn't a botch.
Okay.
But yeah, so
That's
basically,
definitely a botch.
it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why would the North just sit there?
Yeah. What the fuck?
And look at the Good Brothers and stuff afterwards. Sorry,
Well,
yeah,
like Alex Shelley goes to break it up.
the Good Brothers replaced the Rascals.
That's definitely, if that's not a botch.
Yeah, why would the North just? Yeah, it was weird. Ace Austin got the win, and then there was tension between like pretty much all the teams, whilst the Good Brothers just looked on from the outside, very confused, which
Yeah.
made me laugh.
As you would be.
Yeah. Right, so that was Impact. Now it's time for the return of NXT UK. I'll skip over it.
Yeah.
Although it was okay. I know that we opened up with well, first of all, the studio looked quite slick.
He's very
Um,
nice, isn't it? The BT Sport.
it is very modern. Very impressed by BT Sport. At least they're putting in a bit of effort to make it look. And they've done quite good in promo stuff, in terms of just getting them all around
Hyping up.
London and stuff.
Yeah. I know that's all Walter at West Ham Stadium.
Oh yeah.
Saying this is the first time they've seen a trophy.
I've never seen him show that much charisma. I was like, go on, Walter. I'd like to see that Walter on.
What, him just insulting, what's it called? Football teams.
Yeah, if he's got a little bit of balance. I mean, I know his entire character gimmick is just super serious, just Matty's sacred. But nah, let him show some personality. Right, I can't seem to find the NXT UK card at the moment, so in that
just
case,
skim over it.
we'll go to 205 Live.
Yeah.
So on 205 this week, we had Arya Daivari laid out a $10,000 challenge. So he's going to face 3 people, and if any of the 3 can beat him, you get $10,000.
Oh, great.
So in his first match, he defeated Eli Knight in 90 seconds.
Very famous Eli Knight.
In his second match, he defeated Bobby Flaco in 1 minute 57.
The very famous wrestler Bobby Flaco.
And then, so he's defeated 2. Who comes out for the third? It's only Jason Cade, who he knocks off in 1 minute 56.
Not Jason Cade.
I didn't get this. There was no. Why would you just have the third person as another jobber who he knocks off in the same time? I was confused. And then in the main event, Tony Nese defeated Danny Burch. 205 Live feels really unimportant.
Yeah, I found NXT UK, by the way, if you want.
Have you?
Yeah, so NXT UK Tag Champions Gallus defeated Amir Jordan and Kenny Williams in a non-tag team title match. Surprisingly, the Gallus leader wasn't there.
Who drove coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much.
Because someone is a naughty boy.
Oh, I thought Wolfgang had some stuff out put against him as well, though.
So did Joe Coffey.
As did Sid Scala, so I'm not sure it'll be to do with that. The match, right? It was just a tag match, yeah.
And after the match, Mark Andrews, Flashmob West did the Hunt, Pretty Deadly, and Ashton Smith and Oliver Carter approached her to get their eyes on them tag team gold. Piper Niven confronted Kaylee Ray ahead of their match next week. I know I'm going to fuck up her name. Oh, Valkyrie, but I know that's not her name.
Aoife Valkyrie.
Aoife Valkyrie beat Isla Dawn.
Well, yeah. Surprising. The only thing worth really talking about in the UK was the main event.
Ilya Dragunov defeating Noam Down was confronted by NXT UK champion Volta.
Yeah, you could probably imagine that's a really good match.
I was listening to the Imperium's theme the other day. What a theme! What a theme!
Have you ever seen much of Ilya Dragunov?
No, I've seen little promos, and he looks very, very good.
Yeah, he is. He's just like proper intense and that.
Mhm.
So it was good. Yeah, win over Noam Dar keeps his momentum going in terms of being #1 contender. Yeah, and then I think Alexander Wolf came out to sort of stare him down on behalf of
Yeah.
Walton. Oh no, or
Yeah.
did Walton come out?
Alexander Wolf came out first, then Volta came out afterwards.
Yeah. And then that was the way that they went off air. So nice little introductory episode.
Yeah.
Main event. God, this is the same shit
I'm
every
guessing
week.
it's going to have 4 wrestlers: Ali, Ricochet, Humberto, and Arturo Ruas.
Well, you got the men's match right. There was one man. There was one men's and one women. So the men's was Mustafa Ali defeating Humberto.
Okay, I'm guessing the women's would be Bianca versus Peyton.
Oh, so close.
Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
It's so predictable.
Yeah, mental, innit? That I can predict what the show's going to be.
Yeah.
It's
Main event.
main event, mate. Does it even make them money?
Does what?
Like, that's what confuses. Does it even make them any money?
Yeah, because it's on Hulu, isn't it? It's
Is it?
basically it's like Impact Explosion. It's the overseas show.
Ah,
It's like
right.
the recap show, and they chuck in a couple of exclusive matches with
It's
it.
like Mustafa Ali be popular overseas then.
Yeah, he's a draw. He's a draw anywhere, but on the shows that matters.
Yeah. And that was Simon's roundup.
If you booked him properly, he'd be a draw on the shows that do matter as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. SmackDown.
Yeah, SmackDown. Cesaro defeated Gran Metalik. Well, I thought Lucha House Party were being dicks to each other, but apparently not. Well, they were a little bit because he did get ejected from ringside.
Hang on. We did start off with the dirt sheet.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, Miz and Morris, your Miz and Morrison talking to your boy Otis, and then Miz is like, I heard Mandy's getting on well over them.
My boy Otis. I hate him.
Otis was really good on this show. I laughed.
Of course you did.
Right. After Miz and Morrison ring him up and they go like, and then that guy comes to heavy machinery and he goes, Otis, you've been served, and he's like, a hot dinner.
I just don't understand him.
How?
By the way, I like.
You understand.
I did like Miz and Morrison on this week's show. Not the part when he got stripped off into his boxers. Not a fan of that because it's just cheap and easy.
But yeah,
it's their promos on the dirt sheet which I like.
Yeah. So this one, the material here wasn't great. I know it's basically just came out and ripped off the Mizzy's pants, tighty whitey's lol. Cesaro and Gran Metalik, you've covered. Moment of bliss. I thought we'd graduated from this.
Yeah, moment of bliss. It's Alexa Bliss opens up to Nikki Cross. Fair enough, lovely. Lacey Evans interrupts for some reason because Nikki Cross has got the title opportunity against Bayley. Surprisingly, no Bayley Nikki Cross thing, even though they've got a match at Clash of Champions.
Yes, you wouldn't think it, would
Jesus Christ, no. This
I don't think they've not had any interaction.
No.
Basically, it just Alexa Bliss got transfixed by the mention of the Fiend
and Sister Abigail's.
And that's the story beat here.
Yeah. 100%, yeah.
Not much more.
We had I haven't got this proper order. We had a glimpse of the mystery woman.
I see on here we've got go with the mystery woman, aka Carmella.
I mean, do you know who it is?
It's gotta be Carmella, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be surprised at the amount of people online though who think it's someone else.
Really? Like you look at what's it called? These like tattoos that people have compared, and it's clearly Carmella. I think it looks like Carmella just with dyed hair.
Lots of people have been like Kelly, Eva Marie.
Oh.
I've seen a couple shouts for Charlotte Flair.
Nah. If it's not Carmella, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah, no, it is.
Bayley attacks Sasha Banks backstage.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was an alright. Oh,
Why did you
Sasha,
bring Sasha back?
her neck brace was cheesy.
Yeah. Why did you
Um,
bring Sasha back?
yeah, there was no need, was there?
No. Like, just keep her off TV. Or make
Yeah,
the attack so vicious that she has to be off TV, if you know what I
yeah.
mean.
It doesn't seem that vicious if she's just back in 2 weeks. Yeah.
AJ Styles defeats Sami Zayn. It's just setting up Hardy
think
versus
about what these two can do. Although this wasn't about the match, it was about the
no.
story of it was all about like grabbing the tights and stuff on it.
Yeah, I think it's leading
And
to a
Sami got
TLC
through.
match.
You think that's where we're going? What you think they're going to drag it out till December?
I don't know. Well, it just says because Hardy used tables and ladders.
Wait, it's a ladder match on Sunday, isn't it?
I can tell you in a second.
Oh, it is a ladder match on Monday.
Ah, right. Oh, never mind. It isn't leading to one because it is already one. Matt Riddle debuts Know Your Bro.
Oh no! Oh, this was bad.
Yeah.
This was R.I.P. Matt Riddle.
It's mental, in it. One of the best wrestlers on NXT has been reduced to that.
Know your bro.
In the main event, it was a Samoan street fight between Reigns and Uso versus Corbin and Sheamus. You know what? Good enough hype episode. The one thing I liked from the match was okay. The one thing I liked was Jey Uso not ran off, but was away holding the belt. And Roman smiles, and then they notice he's doing that, and Roman's face just switches like that.
Yeah,
And it's the
yeah.
one thing I look. It's the smile, and then as soon as he sees it, it's straight face.
It was a nice story beat as well. What with the whole Reigns could have pinned him, but Jey Uso got the splash in
Yeah.
sort of a reversal of the way in which Reigns won it last week.
Mhm.
Reigns is going to kill him.
Yeah. 45 seconds. I
No,
wanted.
no,
What I
no.
want is as soon as the match starts, Uso hits 2 super kicks, hits a frog splash, but he doesn't get the cover. Do you know you've seen it with Usos
Wait, no.
before where they jump and then they end up like flipping off him? I want to see him frog splash and he flips off him and then he can't spin himself around quick enough for the cover. Roman gets up, spear, spear, spear,
But
spear.
it's not that he don't get the cover. It's that Roman kicks out at one,
Yeah, okay, I
and
can
it's like an
agree with that.
early one.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
And then boo, spear, 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 end it.
I
Easy.
wouldn't go spear, end it. I'd drag it out.
Okay, yeah.
I'd make it prolonged. I'd maybe hit spear, but I wouldn't do them all in a row.
I want it to be just a quick, like, Roman doesn't care that it's his cousin, he's just going to demolish him.
Okay. I think it's just a case of will they do it really quickly or will they drag it out? I think they'll drag it out for effect.
Okay, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to main event. We'll go into Monday Night Raw, which was
Just quickly, do you think on this week's SmackDown, Otis will forfeit the briefcase?
no.
Do you not think this is all
I
a
think they
ploy
just.
to get it on the Miz because they've realised Otis is not getting anywhere near?
I'd love it to be on the Miz. I would. I said it at the start, but I don't. I think everyone loves Otis, don't they? And
No, I do.
I just think the WWE will realise that he is money for them.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I
it's
want
just
him to lose it.
if they don't give it to Miz and Morrison, I do kind of just wonder what was the point. But
I'd like it to give him to someone who actually looks like they're going to cash it in. Like the Miz is a heel is cheap. He will come out during a main event and just tease it. I wouldn't even be pissed off with Otis winning the belt if during the main events of like the pay-per-views that the SmackDown belts on, or even any of the belts are on, Otis comes out and he contemplates, and then he just walks off, smiley, not thinking, and it gets to the point where you think, oh, he's just going to do his typical thing of, oh, he's going to come out, think about it, smile, leave, but then one time he actually goes for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. I think it was a quick decision. I feel like to put the briefcase on him. I don't think he was just hitting really. He was very popular at that point, but I think they didn't take into account that he may not be popular in 3 months' time.
Well, there was no plan for him. The only reason he's not popular is because they've not given him any credibility.
Yeah, he's just
They'd
a
have built
celebrity
him up.
growth who's got a money in the bank title, well, money in the bank briefcase, which should make him one of the most lethal people in WWE technically, if we're going off how everything works. But yeah, Retribution sound with WWE.
This got given an F.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the names weren't revealed then.
No, but just the presentation of them.
Oh, it's the fucking strangest presentation of them. So we'll start off with the 5 members. So you've got, I'm going to say Slapjack is the smaller one, which we actually don't know who it is, but I'm guessing it's Shane Thorne. Is my only thinking.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
He's wearing a hockey mask, so you don't actually see his face. Fair enough. Cool look. A bit rebellious. You've got T-Bar, who is a Dio Madden. I'm very confident. Really cool. Like his mask, he does look huge. He looks massive. In terms of look. Fair enough. You got Dijakovic, shaved his head, given this red streak. He's got a bit of a Bane mask.
Bald
You know what?
Dijak.
I'm not against it because I quite like the shaved head. The mask is a bit cheesy, but fair enough. And then you come into Mercedes Martinez and Mia Yim. Yeah, there's just nothing. It's very, at least with the other 3, you can sort of tell the difference. It's much like the Fiend and Bray Wyatt in terms of there's very slight difference. Mia Yim and Mercedes Martinez look exactly the same. They've just got a mask on.
Yeah, me, Yims is barely.
And everything, them getting involved with the Keith Lee stuff doesn't make sense. Dijakovic's Keith Lee's mate. Mia Yim literally goes out with Keith Lee.
Yeah, so let me just read the analysis on the Bleacher Report. There was so much wrong here. Are you telling me that none of these people had contracts despite them being on-screen talent for well over a year now? Why were they wearing masks that suggest someone backstage showed Vince a DVD copy of Mad Max Fury Road?
Yeah.
Yes, the Hurt Business mounted an offensive against the group last week, but why sacrifice the momentum and heat that group has garnered to the point for the sake of putting over another heel faction? And what the hell is up with those masks? Are we supposed to forget that Mia Yim's real-life relationship with Keith Lee was featured on NXT? And that she's at the forefront of the faction who attacked him last week? And finally, who signed the Renegade Invaders to a contract? This has more open threads than a knockoff Steelers jersey from the clearance section of a local Walmart, which might be the most American sentence I've ever read.
Steelers are an NFL team.
I haven't thought about that, to be honest. In terms of who actually gave them the contract.
Who fucking knows? Who knows?
Because in kayfabe, it'd be Adam Pearce, but Adam Pearce wants them banned from the building. You know, scrap iron.
It'd be Vince.
I've got those paragraphs have raised questions which I didn't
Unless
have.
they've given themselves contracts.
Yeah, but then why would they not have contracts having already
who
been
knows?
in NXT? Right, yeah, well...
Who knows? Andrade and Angel Garza defeat off for fuck's
sake. I thought this split up last week. What's going on?
So Andrade and Angel Garza defeat Humberto Carrillo and Dominic and Seth Rollins and Murphy. Seth Rollins leaves Murphy in the match. Fair enough. It's fine. You've still got Humberto and Dominic. Yeah, they aren't being a team, but you know, we've sort of seen this Andrade Angel Garza versus Street Profits for like 2 months now. For like 2 to 3 months. Just give it a rest. It's because the tag division is flat.
No, we've not seen it for 2 months. This was the match at WrestleMania.
Fucking hell, it was.
Except Austin Theory was in there instead of Garza? Yeah, Garza.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This has been... And look, Mania was taped at the end of March. That was half a year ago. This company stopped trying.
It's great. It really... it's like they've gone... lads, we can't really be create some new storyline. So, Andrade Angel Gaza, just there you go, put yourself in that match against Street Profits. Mental,
It's just everywhere.
absolutely mental.
It's like they've got a story and they've just mixed up the parts in which it gets told.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
amazing.
Do you remember?
Sorry, but the Kevin Owens. Go on.
I was just going to say, do you remember on the debut episode of SmackDown on Fox when Kevin Owens beat Shane McMahon, which meant he was banned from WWE TV?
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah,
That was a good match.
just thought I'd remind you.
Oh, the Kevin Owens show broke down as Braun Strowman and Dabba-Kato butted heads. Oh, who was officiating? Oh, yes, it was Shane McMahon. Um, uh, uh,
Yeah, Dabba-Kato on Raw and Raw hype the match for Raw Underground. Look, we said that we want Raw Underground to have stakes and for it to matter, and they're doing it. So fair enough, but I wouldn't do it on an episode of the KO show.
yeah, the only one thing I like from this is KO getting tapped by Aleister Black.
Yeah,
I'm all for that. I'm happy with that. Give me that.
I
Don't give me
wonder if
fucking
this
Shane
is.
McMahon.
I mean, it was kind of interesting to see Dabba-Kato in
The
in
Thunderdome.
Raw Overground, full fat Raw, but it was right. So, have you seen people saying online that when Retribution like multiplied and there was like 20 of them?
Yeah,
Dabba-Kato was apparently one of Retribution.
probably was. So was probably Jordan Ogbenny. So it probably was Brendan Vink.
Yeah, no, yeah, but that's fine because Big Ninja and Vink are in storylines. Dabba-Kato can't be scrapping with Braun Strowman and then just all of a sudden be like, "Oh, now I'm in Retribution." It's
True.
like, I
He's
mean,
still big.
obviously he's not like kayfabe part of Retribution, and he's just a body. He's just an extra. But we're not blind. We can see it's the same person.
It's
Oh,
WWE. They really. It's alright because maybe we'll get some new, fresh, and exciting matchups later on in the show.
I feel like I lose brain cells with each passing roll.
It's alright because we're gonna get some new and
Oh,
exciting matchups. Oh, Keith Lee
we
versus
also
Drew McIntyre.
we also forgot Aleister Black showed up and basically
I,
destroyed Kevin Owens' nads.
no, I did say that.
Did you?
I said it
Oh,
was the only thing I liked from this segment.
all right. Okay, fair enough.
It's alright because we're gonna get some nice and fresh matches for the show. Drew McIntyre versus Keith Lee in another
Right.
rematch. And it ended in another DQ.
What? Yeah. What happened in the match doesn't matter. What matters was as soon as Randy Orton came in, and did he hit a chair? Hit McIntyre with a chair?
Yeah.
And Keith Lee was just on the ground. I moved myself back in my office chair and just let out an audible groan of, oh.
Just not again.
And what
Just
Keith Lee is the third. He's the third man. He doesn't matter. He's just another body. His matches don't matter because they never get finishes.
It's insane.
I just why should I care next time? Because I'm just expecting a non-finish. And you can say yes, it protects Keith Lee because he's never the one who's getting, sort of getting beat up. But Drew hit the Claymore.
Yeah.
So
Keith just needs a proper match.
I would say, in theory, if Drew hadn't have come in last week, Keith would have been beat by the RKO. If Randy hadn't have come in this week, he'd have been beat by the Claymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good look, guys.
No. Selena Vega defeated Mickey James to win a Raw Women's Fan match. You know what? I've seen people online going, Selena Vega she slapped Asprey now she's got that opportunity. Fair play, that's dog. It's a brand new person challenging her.
It is a brand new person, but that's no excuse for just having a win one match and then getting a title shot. Build people up. Yeah. She feels like the least credible threat in a long time, and there's a reason she's not on the kickoff show.
Menno. It's alright because a shark had defeated in the 24/7 title chase.
Oh my days! I'll give credit to Raw if it deserves it. Like we were quite positive about SmackDown, but the shark. Yeah, I didn't know this. So was it Akira Tozawa the shark?
No, the shark attacked Akira Tozawa.
Oh, okay. So why was he dressed as a ninja down at the beach?
Well, because he's got to live the gimmick. Simon, it's WWE.
I give up.
I don't think we know anymore.
Yeah. At Clash of Champions, will the 24/7 title be defended?
No. I don't think it's never on a pay-per-view.
But it's Clash of Champions. Gold Rush.
Fuck off.
Where all titles must be defended.
You know what? We probably will get a segment with Ashley going, well, it's Clash of Champions, something like that. It's okay because maybe we'll get to see a new member of a faction pick up a lovely win. Apollo Crews beats
Oh, yeah,
Cedric
Cedric Lee lost to
Alexander.
Cedric Alexander.
So obviously it was a distractor when Ricochet gave the distraction so Apollo Crews to roll up. Literally Cedric joined last week.
I quite enjoyed watching Raw in the first place. Now I'm looking back and it was abysmal.
Mental, innit?
Yeah, so what was this? Yeah, Apollo just got the win over Cedric, really, didn't he?
Yeah.
Beat him with a roll up. Yeah, the most powerful finishing move in WWE. And then the Hurt Business basically just got the heat back afterwards, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and roll on Apollo versus Lashley.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't seem fair that Lashley's got like 3 boys in his corner and Apollo's only got Ricochet.
Yeah, it's not fair at all, but who cares?
Right, this was the only good bit of Raw. I enjoyed it.
I'm guessing we're not on this. I'm
No,
going to do
I
Raw
want
Underground
Apollo's
first. Yeah.
promo. Why is there another bit of Raw Underground?
Yeah, so you had Dolph Ziggler defeating Arturo, who asked if he locks in a sleep hold. Fair enough. And I like this. Arturo has tried to use his proper MMA experience, but Ziggler used his like collegiate wrestling stuff and wiggled out and then just hit a sleeper. I'm all for that. I'll do all the Raw Underground stuff before we go to Seth.
Yeah, I would say there's no consequence, so I'm not bothered.
No.
And then was it Eric versus Riddick Moss?
Riddick Moss beat Eric with a knockout.
Yeah, Riddick Moss got jacked.
And in the main event of Raw Underground, Braun Strowman defeated Dabba-Kato. Well done. Dabba-Kato, you've literally built him up over Underground as this big beast, and you bring Braun in and beat him.
He beat him in 2 minutes as well. Like, can Raw Underground not go any longer? And we got interviews with Braun and Dabba before we had a new interviewer. Although she was wasn't she gonna ask Dabba-Kato a question, and then Shane was like, "I've got this one."
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like Shane McMahon. Get him, big man. That was sick.
She doesn't fit the mold of the typical interview WWE have had because she's got dreads and everything, and she's white hair. I'd love it if she was Raw Underground's correspondent. I think she would be.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But
she just because she's not that typical either blonde hair or black hair. She's got dreads. She's white hair. It's a bit different from what we see.
So long as they make Raw Underground mean something, yeah, I'd be alright with that. Adding a correspondent, cool.
But we'll go to the best part of the show, which some people still hate, and it was Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins comes out with a big.
Like this.
Yeah, because it's a rehashing of an old angle. But anyway, Seth comes out with a big brown envelope, and he goes, "I've got something weighing on me, and I think I need to tell us. I've found some information." And he goes, "I'll invite the Mysterio family." Mysterio family come out, fair enough. And he goes, "Look at Ray and look at Dominic. Clearly these two are related and are let out of sight, to be honest. I was watching it live and I thought, for God's sake, they are literally rehashing the Eddie stuff." And then Ray just goes, "Seth, we've had enough. We know that's not true." And he went, "Oh, sorry. No, I didn't mean Dominic. I meant Alia, your daughter. You're very different." And then Ray immediately comes to no, no, she's what's it called? She's too young. She's too naive. Pisses off Aaliyah. She walks away. Angie walks away. Ray goes back to the thing. Dominic goes, and Seth's left there, and he just goes, "I feel so sorry for my actions." And in no smile, walks out. And then as soon as he hits the top of the ramp, he just smirks a little bit and then walks off.
They gave this an F minus.
Really? Sorry. Also, Seth brought up the fact that Aaliyah basically checked that Murphy was okay after the cage match. But sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really that familiar with the 2005 storyline.
Mhm.
So I wasn't really taking that into consideration. I think I just like this, just like the idea of Seth Rollins just sort of causing not mental warfare, but a bit of family friction.
That's
Yeah, look, it wasn't great. I think I thought it was really good compared to everything else on Raw. But
the thing is, I actually don't know where it's going, that's the thing, because obviously,
yeah,
later segments later on will come to
in in the damning words of Bleacher Report's notes, though, they say what is old is new and crappier again. The
"Mm,
2005 storyline over Dominic's custody was not good. Sure, review it through those rose-coloured glasses because Eddie Guerrero was involved and we love him. But that storyline was over-the-top soap opera garbage. Repeating it 15 years later without a virtuoso like Eddie to carry things is not a recipe for success.
no, no,
This
right."
will be a disaster.
I don't think this is disaster. I think people are pissed off because it is hashing, and that's fair enough. But I like the fact that Aaliyah checked on Murphy. Ray is basically saying, "Yeah, but now you shouldn't understand." That's pissed her off. Seth's got what he wants. He wanted to drive a wedge between the Mysterio family.
Yeah,
He's doing that. I
I
don't.
think I like it because I think it's quite complex in the sense that everyone's got a different role
Yeah, and it's
to
not.
play.
It's not as if it's like the 2005 season where it's like, "Oh yeah, Ray's not your dad." It was Seth saying that to wind Ray up because that's all happened, and that's not really what he was going for when he said that. Uh, or maybe you're not like your dad. You're checking up on stuff. The Ray. I don't think it's a thing of like, oh, he's not your dad. It's just Seth winding Ray up for everything that's all the previous segments. So it's an easy dig.
Yeah,
It's like when your mate's done something, said something stupid,
I
and you just always come back to it when they say something to you.
I didn't interpret it as custody of Ray's child. I didn't see it that way. I just saw it as um, just a bit of conflict, really. Just Seth playing mind games, and then it
Yeah.
turned into something that it wasn't intended to. Yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Um, Nia Jax trying to business for Natalia and Lana.
Lana's burial.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't understand why Nia Jax is sharing with the champions. Get rid of them. Get rid of the belts.
What,
They're
the
irrelevant.
women's tag titles?
Same with the men's.
Why
If you
Naira and Shayna are doing all right?
if you can't, I'm
There's
not a
not
fan.
enough women's tag teams. That's the
I
issue.
know that's the
And
problem. Same with the Raw Tag Team Championships.
we'll come on to another problem that I have, but
Um,
this was quite, again, a Bleacher Report quite damning here. Does a squash match really prop up the winners if the team they beat loses to everyone else anyway?
yeah,
Not only does it do absolutely naught for champions, it makes Riot and Morgan look like cowards. They wanted nothing to do with the champions, completely avoided confrontation, and backed away like wholly overmatched contenders. Who on earth actually thinks they could win on Sunday?
yeah, no. Asuka defeated Peyton Royce. Selena Vega came out. Yeah, fair enough.
Like,
Main
so
event.
no, not
No,
fair
Cole.
enough. Not fair enough. Why? Why would you break up the Iconics only to then have Billy Kay in Peyton Royce's corner anyway?
Yeah,
But then
it's
the rule is
pointless.
that we can't team. Well
It's
then,
it's pointless.
again, this in their words, the worst match of Asuka's WWE career. Rushed, ugly, and never felt like they were on the same page.
It's pointless.
I just yeah, it's more just like
Pointless.
if you're gonna break up the Iconics, commit to it.
Yeah,
Don't break them up and then have Billy Kay still
the
support.
draft need the draft
I,
needs to come.
yeah,
It really does.
and also the match was a bit off, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, but
Yeah, as I
certain
said,
matches are
we
off.
need a draft because there's loads of women on Raw, and there's barely any on SmackDown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's mental.
and we need a lot of NXT faces, I think.
Yeah, main event. I think we need a
Swap,
draft. Yeah.
Slapjack.
Chaos reigned in the minute. No, no, Monday Raw saw the in-ring debut of T-Bar, Mace, and Slapjack of Retribution as he took on the Hurt Business. Lashley, Benjamin, and Alexander, the Vigilantes, dominated the six-man tag team battle until the United States champion came into the fray and unleashed his fury. Lashley had Slapjack in the Hurt Lock, but T-Bar attacked him for the ring apron, causing the match to be thrown out. That set off an absolute melee as Retribution minions swarmed the ring. Love this. I love that as soon as the match has ended, the minions come in. Great. I like that Drew McIntyre as a champion came out to make the save. So did Street Profits. They finally made save that Retribution are cleared. Who's there lurking? It's Randy Orton, RKO. That final segment, great, because you've got the United States champion in there, you've got your tag team champions, and then you've also got your main event. What could be the main
Yeah.
event? Perfect.
I didn't care, and Bleacher have given it a C. There was nothing to the match, and Retribution was not impressive in the first outing. An underwhelming close. That was quite appropriate given the rest of the show.
Yeah, I actually quite enjoyed it. But at Monday Night Raw, that was whatever Raw
That was
was.
awful. That was one of the worst Raws of the year, hands down.
Yes, 100%.
That was
Yeah,
abysmal.
it was bad. It was very bad. Wasn't a fan. But where's the main event? There it is. For the main
Is
event
it
today,
prediction?
there's no question. There's no question. There's no quizzes. It's just simple predictions.
Cool.
I'll give you the matches. You give me predictions. So we'll start off with the Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza.
I see this one's unpredictable, but I feel like it's unpredictable for all the wrong reasons. In the sense that they'll just hot shot it without any story. I don't know. Who have you gone for?
I'm gonna go for the Street Profits. They're the champions. There's no use in changing the belts
I'm
now.
gonna go for Street Profits.
Yeah. Asuka versus Selena Vega on the pre-show.
Asuka, I don't think there's a more predictable match on the card. Maybe
On the
women's
pre-show as well. So
and Roman. Oh, yeah, this is a very predictable. Oh, there's about 4 matches which are unbelievably predictable.
Asuka for me as well. Bobby Lashley with the Hurt Business versus Apollo Crews with Ricochet.
Lashley.
Yeah, Lashley. Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn. This is the one match that is the most open-ended.
Yeah, it is. Jeff Hardy.
I'm gonna go AJ.
Oh.
But I think Sammy could win it as well. I think all three could win it, really.
Yeah, all 3 are in with
I think that's going to be a good match. I really do. The ladder match aspect really adds something to it. Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Lucha House Party. Cesaro and Nakamura.
Yep. So
Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler versus the Riot Squad. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Bailey versus Nikki Cross. Bailey.
It's a Bailey squash match.
Yep. Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. Roman Reigns squash match.
Oh my god, Roman Reigns is at 1 to 20 odds.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then finally the main event, which is probably ambulance match. Drew McIntyre versus Randy. This is probably one of the most open-ended.
Drew. Yeah, Drew.
I'm gonna go Drew as well. I don't think his reign's over. I just hope that him and Randy separate from the feud after this.
I'm just thinking about Survivor Series, to be honest, in terms of heel Roman versus face Drew.
Yeah. Works perfectly. And I think Orton can eat the loss if it's in a vicious circumstance, like an ambulance match.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I've gone for no title changes.
Oh no, same. It's a C show, isn't it?
It is.
So the next one
pay-per-view.
We've got NXT Takeover next.
That's on October 4th, isn't it? October 4th. That's in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
And let me thingy. But we've got a good time today. We've done it in an hour, as I always like to have it in. I always like to have it as an hour. We normally go over, but obviously this weekend we have got Clash of Champions. So next week's episode will be a bit longer. We might be in the radio studio. We might not. We'll find out. But Simon, thank you very much for joining me today. If you haven't heard of us with the Sports Corner, it's not just Wrestling Corner. We have them that's on the channel. So on Mondays, it's sometimes tier lists. With obviously we're moving back to uni and stuff. It's all up in the air. But Monday tier list. Tuesday is the Rest Corner, the most consistent podcast on the channel. Wednesdays, it's the Top Corner Football Podcast. We're back again. Last week we did predictions. This week we'll be back into the flow of things. Friday is the NFL Corner. NFL's back. Ooh, we had some good matches this weekend. We really did. Some tribute to Will and Kieran there. We've got some watch-alongs. I think there's a watch-along tonight for the Champions League qualifying. My boys Slavia Prague are playing FC Midtjylland, and we've got a couple more other games happening there. We've got some more watch-alongs, I think, on Wednesday as well. But yeah, a lot more content on this channel. So like and subscribe, please. It means a lot. But again, thank you very much for joining me, Sam. And
Yeah, yeah. Cheers.
we'll see you next week for some Clash of Champions shenanigans. Can't wait. Bye bye.